Since 1967.
Let's go.
Sophia, Esther would have appreciated you being here.
I love that woman. She was the best, which is why she deserved a better husband instead of a miserable, no-good, low-life sleazeball.
Sophia.
Yes, they do. They say big. That's exactly what I want.
It just so happens that breasts are my specialty.
You have that in common with a linebacker I know on the Miami Dolphins.
As a matter of fact, I have worked on quite a few celebrities.
Well, tell me, just what celebrities have you done?
Well, now...
The plate, I'm such a clumsy fool.
Okay, now you can skip down to here.
I'm not going to do this.
Come on, you gotta. If it's a writing, I can punch it up. Man. How'd it go, darling?
Awful. When I told everyone at the club that Bob Hope wasn't going to be in the show, they actually booed me.
Oh.
I've never been...
He's gonna pop the question.
Oh, I don't know that.
Of course you do. What else could it be? Oh, honey, congratulations.
You're more excited than I am.
Well, why not? Dorothy, just think of it. Life with a successful attorney. The summer homes, the glamorous social circles, those impulsive little trips to Europe with rascally romance.
I went to a drive-in with Stanley. He said he was being shipped off to Korea and would probably die, and it would mean so much. That was my part of the war effort. It took 3 seconds. I wasn't sure that we had done anything, actually.
That. Maybe I didn't show it. I'm not an affectionate person. But you are. Don't tell your sister, and keep the silver.
Okay.
You know, I'll probably see your father in heaven. I haven't seen him in 30 years. I wish there was time to get my hair done.
Worse, paralyzed with fear. I kept thinking to myself, what is a simple Protestant farm girl doing in the parking lot of a gin mill in a flashy, fast-paced city like Tyler's Landing? So did you get out of the truck or what? Of course. I marched up to the door.
Trouble, mister. I got a better case than Valerie Harper.
Excuse me, ladies, pardon me. Is there a problem here?
Only if you consider a class action suit and a boycott by OREP a problem.
I thought it was NOPRO.
This is too big for NOPRO. This is all the way up to OREP.
OREP?
Organization of Retired and Elderly People.
Something about themselves they'd like to change. The trick is getting beyond it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'd love to know what it feels like to be the center on the Boston Celtics. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with who I am.
Oh, God, it gives me goosebumps when he talks like that.
Why don't I fix us all some coffee?
Rose, don't leave on my account.
No, they have to. They're hitching up the house to the car and entering it in the Rose Parade.
We'll see you all later.
But didn't you like the flower?
Good people.
Oh, you know how I feel about organized religion. It makes me crazy. And I do not want Sarah's head filled with stories about a God who may or may not exist.
Well, honey, of course he exists. Just look at the beautiful sky, the majestic trees. God created man and gave him a heart and a mind and thighs that could crack walnuts.
Line number 1, avoidance of social activities. Number 2, people who can't hear act forgetful. Ma forgot about these tickets?
Oh, that was just an excuse. Sophia's not really getting forgetful. Hot coffee coming through. But that was a French maid's uniform. Mrs. Devereaux, you must leave this house at once. It's possessed by an evil spirit. Actually, it's possessed by Miami Federal. And at 7%, you couldn't blast me out of here. Yes?
Are you Blanche Devereaux?
Well, yes, what can I do for you?
Well, I'm done. Except for this whoopee cushion.
Well, you will not believe what happened to me today. I still do not believe it myself, and you won't believe it either.
What, Blanche?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Blanche, we don't have anything to worry about. If we give that baby love and attention and understanding, it'll turn out fine.
That's beautiful.
Besides, what does Spock know about raising babies? On Vulcan, all the kids are born in pods.
Television? Well, I don't really watch it. I just pretend it's radio. We don't exactly watch it either. With our crummy TV, we get 2 channels at once. For a while there, I thought Benson was having an affair with Miss Ellie.
Listen, Mom, we cannot afford a new TV.
Time, but I always thought this part of my life was supposed to be for me.
Honey, I understand exactly how you feel. I feel the same way. You know, at our age, we should be grandmothers, not mothers. Once a week, the grandchildren come over for a visit. You cook them dinner, they spill it on the furniture. They hide under your...
That could be an appetizer.
Well, this is good. This is all food that would have spoiled.
Boy. I am so glad that my date with Barry is tomorrow. The fat won't have time to show.
It won't?
No, it always takes a few days before it shows.
Where does it go in the meantime?
Marion.
Annie, what makes you think he's going to ask you to marry him?
Oh, come on, tell me how big a disaster was last night.
It wasn't a disaster, Blanche. It was just uncomfortable. You know, I tried to find some common ground, something I could talk to Ken's circus friends about. But it turns out the human cannonball doesn't do that much reading.
Jumped on his stallion and rode that horse thief down, and then to teach me a lesson about the justice system, Granddaddy dragged that horse thief into court with me as the star witness. I had to testify in front of a packed courtroom. You must have been terrified. Oh, honey, I was. I didn't know what to wear.
Now just think about it. Who would you rather live with, your sister or a goat?
Give me a minute.
All right, I'll do it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
While you're in Sicily getting your things in order, we'll be looking for a place for you to live.
Well, wait a minute. Why should she have to make 2 trips? We can send for her things.
You know what you said about not trusting people made all the sense in the world. I should go tell Joey the same thing.
Honey, it may not be the same thing. Joey didn't lie to you. He told you the truth.
I guess.
Sounds to me like you two just had a little misunderstanding. Not 5 years of deliberate betrayal of trust!
Be dead than eat cantaloupe.
Hence the signal.
Dorothy, it's a miracle. But why would he try to contact me now? Oh, my God, it's the ring that Miles gave me. Oh, Charlie doesn't want me belonging to another man.
Blanche, just out of curiosity,
Every 3 people will be the victim of a violent crime.
It's awful.
And since there are 4 of you, that means at least one of you will be a victim of a violent crime. One of you right here.
And I read that 1 out of every 3...
Dorothy, it was great. Thanks for the hospitality. Sophia, girls, take care.
Stan, just a minute. I'd like to talk to you.
Well, sure, okay.
Now, let's go where we can have some privacy.
Sophia, forget it. I tell you, we can't do that. Why not?
Because stapling a $20 bill to the petition is illegal. It's bribery, and don't tell us that's how you got things done in Sicily.
That's not how we got things done in Sicily. Bribing a watch that you're right on time.
Looking lovely.
Thank you. I'll just get my purse and we'll go. Oh, this is my roommate, Rose.
Oh, Blanche, before you leave, will you take a look at this horse and tell me if it looks like old Brisker is pulling the beer wagon?
Honey, why don't you ask Donald to look at old Brisker? He knows a lot about all.
The body cures itself. We doctors just help it along.
Actually, I'm starting to feel a little hot. What do you suppose could be causing that?
Have you checked your thermostat?
Why don't you check it for me?
Okay, where is it?
You spent 9 years in med school. Find it yourself.
There's only one problem with your plan, Pussycat.
One of us is going to get the gift from Rose. Dorothy, she's right, and you know how hard it is pretending to like Rose's gifts. Forget it, no way.
Oh, come on now, Blanche, don't be so childish. I mean, we each stand in with unbridled ecstasy.
What are you doing tomorrow night?
I better get going. I've caused enough trouble. Look, Eddie, can't we see each other occasionally just as friends?
It won't work. It's like trying to eat one potato chip.
There wasn't anything anyone could do. No one's ever beat us, Sophia.
But someday they will, and it could be tomorrow, and it could be you. I believe that, and you're going to believe that. Because right now, today, that's all we got. Hope.
And a nectarine.
And a nectarine.
So what do you do for a living? Bill. Oh, who cares?
May I have your attention, please? We'd like to get started. Cindy Lou Peoples?
You look incredible. Well, thank you. You remember our Korea tomorrow for that commercial?
I said she was family. I'd do anything for that girl. Well, is everybody ready for a spirited game of Guggenspritzer?
Guggenspritzer, you said we were going to play Monopoly.
I said it was like Monopoly, only instead of Atlantic City, they used St. Olaf geography.
Well, we better go. We don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, I want to get there early, buy Becky a Dodger cap, see how many people mistake her for Tommy Lasorda.
That's it.
Oh, that is it. Dorothy, now calm down. We'll bring you back a cap, too.
I can't take it anymore. I've got to say something to that guy.
Dorothy, I know how frustrating it is to just sit...
Chip in and get Rose a CAT scan.
Rose, is there a point to your story?
Well, of course there's a point to it. Mrs. Gunderson was a really sweet woman, but she just couldn't do the job anymore.
Then it's settled. We fire Marguerite.
Oh, but couldn't we wait just a few more days?
You haven't aged a bit. I said you haven't aged a bit.
I hear you, I'm not deaf. Haven't staged a hit?
Oh, John, I'm sorry I kept you waiting.
Dorothy.
You remember my...
Wonderful things have you got planned for tonight?
Nothing. I was going to cancel, but my therapist wouldn't let me.
Perhaps if we spoke to him together.
I'm sorry, I'm still not really recovered. You see, after 25 years of marriage, my wife Roberta sent me a Dear John letter.
That's terrible, married 25...
Until you moved to Miami, currently seeking work in the private sector. Voila! This is the resume of a potential hospital administrator.
Well, I don't know if I can pull it off, but
That? Oh, honey, if Rose needs physical therapy, we'll just simply see that she gets it. Hell, that's why houses have mortgages.
You'd do that for her?
Of course.
Honey, we made a pact a few years ago that if anything happened to any one of us, the other three would take care of her. It's sort of an extra insurance policy.
Still, we thank you so much. Okay, what do you think now? Don't hold back. I can take the criticism.
depressed, understood, and gave him the finger back. Why don't you go back and try to get some more sleep?
I haven't been to sleep. I'm too upset.
What's wrong?
I won't be seeing Jeffrey anymore. He's leaving town.
I knew it. The minute I heard you were dating a sailor, I said to myself,
Is Sonny Venuccio there? He is? Sorry, wrong number. Sophia, does this still have to do with that vendetta business?
Blanche, don't even discuss it with her. The whole thing is ridiculous.
Dorothy, this vendetta is a very real thing. It goes to the root of my soul as a...
Barry was the man that I wanted to be the first.
First where?
On Mars, Rose. My first lover.
Well, so what happened?
Stanley. That's what happened. Stanley. I went to a drive-in with Stan. To him, That feeling was the feeling of living in America. In America, you always felt like you were among friends.
Mario, that's just beautiful.
You should hear it when I read it.
Hi, Rose. Oh, hi, Mario. How about a nice snack?
Sure, I'm starving.
I don't think we have that many women's shoe stores in my whole country.
Oh, my Lord, look who just walked in.
Who?
Floyd. And look at that young thing with him. Why, she's half his age.
She's half your age.
I hadn't slept so well in years.
But it certainly has nothing to do with this rock. Look, I like Marguerite as much as you do, but she's been here a week and she is not doing a very good job.
I think she's doing a terrific job. Ever since she gave me that potion, Norman's been on me like white on rice.
And talking about house white, you may be right.
Good night, Charlie.
It was a Nash, Ma.
Now that's a slut. Doggy, I don't know if you noticed, I'm all skin and bones. Oh, I shouldn't say bones. Now, where was that?
You told us, Blanche, because he's blind.
Yes, because he's blind, but you don't know what it meant to me dating a blind man. John took away the one thing I'd always felt secure about, my looks. Now, how do I always attract men? By being pretty, by acting sexy, showing a little leg. With John, those things don't work. I spent half the time
It's got this little man on it. When you turn it upside down... Oh. I think I'll keep this one for myself.
You know, your Miles is a pretty exciting guy. I hope you know that.
Oh, I know it now.
What'd he say?
He said that since Emily's parents left her in our care, we do have two options. We can either wait for the Children's Protective Services to contact us, which should take about 48 hours, or we can take her in.
Take her in? Where?
Around the inseam, Rose.
For the police. Until I do need them.
Oh, come on. Now, Rose, don't let this bother you. You'll date again.
Of course she will. Honey, have you given any thought to advertising? Oh, Blanche, I could never dress the way you do. Besides, I have to wear undies. Not all my wool skirts are lined.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Buzz off, Padre. Rose, where's Dorothy? Well, I don't know. She was here a minute ago. Just... Oh my God! Give me that knife. What?
100% better.
And that's the big secret?
Oh, no. The big secret was that Miss MacGyver and Miss McKee were sharing a one-bedroom apartment off campus.
How will you?
Here you go, ladies. Dorothy, would you like some hors d'oeuvres?
No, what is it?
Well, thanks to you, I'm on the verge of making a very important decision. I'm thinking of leaving the church. Good night.
Even for me.
Where is this Bushmania all of a sudden? This is a man you see, what, 5 times a year? A man you yourself describe as Fred Flintstone with a better car.
Well, I may say things like that, but the truth is, Mel makes me feel young.
The old one isn't so crazy about you.
Roger likes everybody else in the office. I don't know why he doesn't like me. I go out of my way to be friendly. You know that happy thought of the day that I write down and give to everyone? He doesn't even like that. But I have a plan. That's enough, Blanche. I spent a lot of time at that grief center, and I know what I'm talking about. Sophia, is that $47 the only thing that's bothering you?
It's a big part of it. What else? The dress thing.
Oh, Rose, is your neck bothering you again?
Yeah, and I'm gonna do something about it.
I'm glad you've come to your senses. There is nothing worse than a pain in the neck.
Sophia, I said abhorred.
Abhorred, a slut, a tramp, it's all the
Ma, we're talking about Rose.
Yeah, lately she's been abhorred too.
Frankly, I am worried.
No. Oh, come on. I can't sleep. My bed's never been so cold. Especially on a Saturday night.
Oh, all right, get in.
Listen, did you hear that sound?
Yeah, and as long as I'm in my own bed, I'll do what I want.
A geek is more like, somebody with no friends, stays home every Saturday night, nose always buried in a book.
One word out of you and I cut off your supply of Metamucil. Look, Kevin, the reason you're in this trouble is...
Pregnant.
That's incorrect, but certainly not untrue.
Guy, is it better late than never?
Right you are, Rose. Who would be lost?
It's wonderful seeing you again. I'd forgotten how charming, how vivacious, how lovely.
2 nights and a rabbi walked into a bar. And the first one said,
What if we cut you in?
What time does he eat?
Girls, come quick. Baby just collapsed.
25 grand in 10 seconds? Now I know how Johnny Carson feels.
Listen, Rose, you are not to blame. Now, you know that.
Of course I know that. She was driving the combine. I wasn't anywhere near their
Come on, Rose.
I cut back teeth stains my dentures. Last night I had to soak them in Ajax. They're white again, but my mouth feels like somebody should rinse their socks in it.
You want a glass of milk?
Nah, it upsets my stomach.
Orange juice?
Too acidic.
Is there anything I can get you?
A cup of tea would be nice.
Nothing to think over. What he did is sexual harassment. He cannot get away with that.
But I don't know if I can pass this course on my own.
Oh, Blanche, believe me, in the long run, you'll be so much happier if you use your brains instead of your body.
I don't know if I can. When I was little, I was always overshadowed by my sisters. They were...
How romantic. A roll in the squid. May I remind you, the purpose of these stories is to give the kids family pride.
Hey, I'll have you know it was my father who single-handedly invented the ransom note.
If you're not going to...
Besides this 170 grand? All right, I'll send it back. All of it?
Yes, Ma, all of it.
Okay. I just hope they want it back after an 83-year-old woman rolled around in it naked.
Uncle Angelo, I have a confession to make.
Good, I get him a scotch and we go in the closet.
No, it's about Stan and me.
You know something, Dorothy? On your wedding day, Sophia told me she said your marriage is never gonna last. That made me very sad.
I'll understand, if you decide not to. Well, how come you didn't ask Charmaine for her kidney? You're always closer to Charmaine. Charmaine's kidneys are attached to each other. What do you mean attached? Well, the two are joined. It's like having one big kidney and you can't separate them. Leave it to Charmaine.
No, I won't. Because Mrs. Butel will be back by then. What am I supposed to say? Welcome home. How was your trip? Oh, by the way, here's Count Bessie.
Rose, honey, think of the positive things. Now, Count Bessie accomplished more in a few years. How did you know?
A mother knows.
Do you think I should tell Rose and Blanche?
Jean is a nice person. She happens to like girls instead of guys. Some people like cats instead of dogs. Frankly, I'd rather live with a lesbian than a cat. Actually hit a wall. They put up a new Wendy's on Collins Avenue. From what they told me, I picked myself up, staggered over the finish line, and collapsed. People are talking the covers of national magazines. What's that kid still doing here?
Oh, her parents haven't come to get her yet. Something stupid, or cooking something stupid.
Rose, what do you think of Blanche saying these things?
I think she's a girl karma knocking.
Well, what exactly does that mean?
Literally, it's the precise moment when Dog Dude turns white.
Live longer than I will.
Sophia, you know how much it means to a mother to talk to her child on Mother's Day?
I remember one Mother's Day I spent with somebody else's mother. I was on my way back to St. Olaf. I was stuck in this little bus station.
You know, I think I'd almost forgotten what...
Dorothy, he's perfect for you. He knows your shoe size and he doesn't care. It's late. Why didn't somebody wake me up? Because the last time I walked into your bedroom unannounced, some guy missed the trampoline and almost killed me. That is exactly the kind of thing I don't want.
So good to see you, Sophia. So good to see. And this must be Dorothea. You know, you probably don't remember, but over 50 years ago, I held you naked in my arms.
And you peed on his suit.
That's not what I was going to ask you, but you answered my question anyway.
Why? I don't understand.
I was going to ask you to marry me.
Listen, Rose, you are not to blame. Now, you know that.
Of course I know that. She was driving the combine. I wasn't anywhere near their
Come on, Rose.
churches, and then a separate Protestant heaven with people and cows and horses, and then a Jewish heaven with libraries and furriers.
You're starting to annoy me. You shouldn't annoy a sick person.
Oh, Sophia, I'm sorry.
Do you see that I don't need anybody's help?
Cut off his sex.
You mean it grows back?
Yes, Rose.
Good. You do have the Studebaker, don't you?
Almost out of gas and ready to go.
My mother found out about this, she would kill me.
Dorothy, I'm getting the feeling that maybe you're ashamed of me.
Oh, Stanley, don't be silly. Get down! Stan, can't you even wait till we get to the car? Come on, Rose, you do it too. Well, oh, come on.
You see? You don't need money to have fun.
Oh, I love you, Miles.
I love you too, Rose.
And you spelled where?
Well, maybe I used to be old-fashioned, but times have changed. So when I was at the pharmacy, I bought you some condoms. Your boyfriends are supposed to put them, you know, W-H-E-R-E.
Can be great reviews.
Morning, everyone.
Clear out, girls. Dorothy needs her space.
Ma, don't start with me.
Now, come on, you two. Let's put on our happy faces. It's a beautiful day and Gloria's coming. Why don't you just kiss and make up?
Why don't you just blow it out, you ditty?
Rose, I want to help, but first you have to tell me what the problem is.
Oh, Rose, honey, you have nothing to worry about. We wouldn't let you do something you'd regret.
That's what I was going to say, I swear.
You're such good friends.
You hear that, Dorothy?
You're trying too hard.
I'm confused.
Honey, you think you're confused? Take a look at our horn section.
Look, I'm not going out with him. You go, Blanche. What? Well, you like him. I know you do, so you go. What? I couldn't.
Of course she couldn't.
You stay out of this, Dorothy.
Well, why not? It's all over between us. He'll know that tonight.
It's impossible.
Rose, tell me, how long have you been standing here?
Dorothy, I heard you talking to that little mouse. It was beautiful.
I wasn't talking to a mouse.
Yes, you were. I saw you.
I was kidding.
Dorothy, it's nothing to be ashamed of. There are only a few of us privileged to have the gift to communicate.
Well, this is not the end, I can promise you that. Justice will be done here. I hate criminals. I just hate them. Someone's going to pay for this heinous crime. We're going to have a good old-fashioned hanging. That's right. A hanging. Only first we'll have a whipping, and then we'll have a hanging.
And it only happens one night. Now I have to get me somebody to dump Uncle Lucas on. If I could only find me an idiot. Rose, sweetheart, what are you doing tonight?
Way out of hand. First of all, there is no such thing as a curse. Now, all right, we've had a little bad luck, but ladies, I mean, that's life. I mean, when you look at it, has anything that out of the ordinary really happened?
Virgins in St. Olaf, too. Every year, we'd go down to the lake, and they'd be flopping around on the dock. Oh, no, wait, that was the Festival of the Dancing Sturgeons.
What is wrong with you, woman?
Be afraid of? Just remember, pull, pull. Oh, no, that's skeet shooting. Well, never mind. We'll be just fine. Oh, doctor, by the way, the reason that the baby's father isn't here is because, he's busy.
I read the form. I have a pretty good idea what he's busy doing.
I never worried about who my fantasy parents were. I only worried about who my real parents were. Imagine a monk who'd taken a vow of silence. I mean, they made love and he never even called her the next day.
Oh, Rose, I know you're disappointed, but honey,
Oh, well, this is all my fault. Let me do it. Oh.
And now my beautiful assistant will step into the magic box.
Alfonso, I need to make an announcement.
Yes, well, take your time. I forgot the
I thought I heard you,
I couldn't sleep. I had a horrible nightmare.
Oh, well, tell it to me. I'm awful good at interpreting dreams.
I was a contestant on the dating game, and I won. I went around the corner. You found an apartment?
Yeah, I went down to the Senior Citizen Center this morning for the early bird special. You know, decaf coffee, sodium-free bacon, and a chest x-ray. On the bulletin board, I saw some advertisements for roommates. So I picked out a few places, and I found one I liked.
But isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, my new roommate will be here
Around flowers for the awards banquet.
Really? Oh, gee, Ma, you know, ever since the two of us started planning this banquet, you have been incredible. I mean, you told me you got a great deal on the flowers, the caterer, the janitorial service. Oh, I wish I worked this hard for charity.
You will, pussycat. You will.
then it sure can't be you.
Oh, this is ridiculous. There's only one way to settle this. Where is Laszlo?
There he is.
Laszlo, let me be the first to tell you what a simply stunning piece of art this is.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Now, who the hell is it?
You mean it's not obvious?
Not to them. Sex, Rose. I am talking sex. We don't go to dinner, we don't go to the movies, we just go to bed, and it is terrific.
All that and cappuccino, too? Well, what's the problem?
Okay, Blanche.
I don't know why you all are so stingy with your ice cubes. They are free, aren't they?
Blanche.
Ernie, you notice how I keep interrupting you? It's because I don't want to hear what you're going to tell me. He called and canceled again, didn't he?
Sorry, Blanche.
Oh,
He told me to buy you anything you'd like.
really? Well, then get out your phone book and open it to the jewelry section.
Don't trouble yourselves, I'll get it.
How did you know your mother was cheating, Dorothy?
Because Mr. Feinbaum never walks around totally naked. He always wears a Boy Scout neckerchief. But never in the same place twice.
Oh, I didn't set it up. You see, we're serving Cornish game hen.
Oh, well, now that you've explained it. But this still doesn't say anything about Jerry.
I know, but I've drawn a blank. I even called his brother. They haven't spoken since Jerry was arrested for public nudity.
And then I want to lie in state and then be buried in Arlington Cemetery.
Why Arlington Cemetery?
Because it's full of men. But they're all dead. So are the men I date. And I'm sorry I never tried acting. I always wanted to act.
Coffee's ready.
And I have to get something off my chest.
I agree. There, that's much better.
Boy, I'll say. Okay, let's go.
I am not going anywhere.
Would you girls excuse me? My girdle is killing me.
He's wearing a girdle?
And padded shoulders.
And knowing him, a sock in his crotch.
You're no good at this damn game. They caught the skunk.
You tells everything. You had no right to use me to rip off my life for profit.
I wish my bank account was as big as your ego. Now you listen, and you listen good. My book is based on my life.
Oh, that book just drips, Blanche Devereaux. Only the name.
Favorite brandy and cigars.
I want him to feel right at home.
Then get the Millers across the street to tar and feather their lawn jockey.
I'm gonna go out on the lanai for a while. The air is always so nice and fresh after a storm.
As long as you're out there, Rose, why don't you pull some weeds?
Okay.
Looking at houses that may or may not belong to Lucille Ball.
Well, I'm not spending my vacation in New York getting mugged and groped and insulted.
I'll be happy to go anywhere they don't spit on Americans. Why don't you come with us?
I can't. Stan called. He's stopping by.
Oh, really? What's he gonna do, bring me some more flowers?
Really, I do.
I'll never forget what you've done for me.
It's all over.
Afternoon, Dorothy. My, don't you look lovely today?
Well, thank you. Oh, and don't you look beautiful, vivacious, exquisite, and, breathtaking?
Dorothy, you know, at some point I'm going to have to start questioning your sincerity.
And just make yourself comfortable.
Oh, no, I couldn't. I'm never comfortable. You wouldn't know it because I'm not lifting my arms, but I've nearly sweated through this suit.
I guess Rose forgot to mention the reception tonight's black tie.
I have it in my pocket.
Found himself up a date for movie night. I just copied the letters and changed Dearest Holly to Dearest Blanche.
Well, you did make a small contribution, Merrill.
Oh, call me Moose. That's my nickname.
What a coincidence! That was Dorothy's nickname in elementary school. Remember Dorothy?
To relax when you have to speak in front of a group of people is to imagine what they all look like naked.
Really?
Yep. And if you do it right, you'll probably even start to laugh.
Just give me the gift.
Rose, open your eyes.
Oh my God, it's a dog! Oh, you gave me a dog!
We picked him out down at the shelter. His name is Jake.
Oh, he's a dog!
Rico used to say, people waste their time pondering whether a glass is half empty or half full. Me, I just drink whatever's in the glass.
My cousin Federico was a hopeless alcoholic who played bocce ball with an imaginary friend named Little Luigi.
Kind of puts that dripping faucet in perspective.
Life experience.
You don't have to tell me. Remember, I grew up in a small farm town. Here a quack, there a quack. Everywhere. A quack, quack.
Hey, look, there's a black guy doing the...
We're both asleep. Why are you just getting in?
Because the justice system in America is an imperfect and sluggish piece of antiquated machinery.
We were in the slammer.
Our cute little pal stole some money.
If Harlan could have held it just a little longer.
Boy, did you just miss a real gem.
Poor Dorothy, what are you doing up again?
I can't sleep. Every time I close my eyes, I see Uncle Sam going through my... Oh, Rose, Wait a minute. I won't have to wear horns or one of those metal brassieres.
Oh, no, Dorothy. I'm the one that's getting married.
Then I'd love to.
A blessing for the couple.
You invited a rabbi to a moonlight madness party?
Merchandise and made us the fall guys.
We have to appear in court at noon tomorrow.
And where were you? We were calling all night.
Well, I was out with Eddie. Actually, I just got home myself.
I wonder why Sophia didn't answer.
She probably thought it was me calling and decided not to answer. It's a little guilt trick she's used on me.
When I hear her coming, I hide. Gotta go.
Morning, Ma.
Good morning, pussycat.
Johnny, are you okay?
Never better, why?
I've just never seen you do anything domestic.
Daddy, I done the...
But they always died.
I see what you mean. They needed their freedom.
No, they needed their air. I always forgot to punch holes in the lid. The point is, it's the same with all magical moments. You can't capture them forever, no matter what Kodak tells you.
So what you're saying, Ma, is that...
Hello, Angelo.
Hello, Rose. Dorothy here?
Oh, no, she went with Sophia to get shoes.
She had's taken Sophia for shoes.
I know, but Dorothy decided to go when Sophia and Blanche started talking about whether or not Sophia should put on underwear.
You are not going to believe what happened. Those Nielsen twins are back together. What? Lars Lindquist, the man they were fighting over, he's dead. Found slumped over a desk at his Volvo dealership. When the girls found out about it, they decided to forgive each other. Now they're back together in the tournament.
1934, I was thinking, boy, am I blessed to have such a precious 2-year-old in my life.
Oh, look! Here's one of us on a bicycle built for two.
I'll never forget that spring day in 1940. I was thinking...
Ma, you're making this up!
Of course I am. How the hell should I remember?
I'll call her brother Angelo. He'll know where she is. Rose, this is terrible. What do you think Dorothy's gonna do? Remember what she was like when you lost her keys?
She uprooted a mighty sequoia.
And they'll even run your picture and let you use up to 100 words in your biography.
How do you know that?
Rumor.
Well, I suppose I could try it, but
I could never, ever see myself going out with a man I met that way.
Honey, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Why don't you make it sound like I'm the only woman in Miami?
Our second contestant is an artist with an incredible body. She runs her own museum, speaks Chinese, and hopes to sail around the world before she turns 40. Wow, that must be a typo.
The first night on the ship.
A life jacket and a great big smile.
Mr. Belvedere is a humble servant. Stanley, you're a horse's ass.
Hey, big guy. Everybody, this is Dr. Jerry.
Dr. Jerry. Oh, it must be great having just one name. And make it better.
I'm going to tell my boss off. That's not quite what I got out of it, Sophia. I thought you were trying to tell me to dump my cheating boyfriend because there's lots of pepperoni in the sea. Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to tell you. Thank you, Sophia. How about you, Dorothy? Did I help you with your problem?
You sure did, Ma.
He was a man who brought joy into the lives of all he touched.
I have the feeling he touched every behind him.
Fidel Santiago lived life.
Excuse me, Father. Hold that thought.
How was Don's debut?
A disaster. What can you say about a show by an ex-fake Beatle that began with I've Gotta Be Me and ended with everybody was kung fu fighting?
What the hell was that man doing up there?
Was it as bad as that?
Had it been...
How do you break off a relationship when the sex is great? When the sex is lousy, it's easy. 2 more dates and it's over. You know, just to make sure.
I remember the best sex of my whole life.
Was it difficult?
I couldn't sleep. I was afraid I'd have that dream again. What are you two doing up?
Well, I'm waiting up for Clayton. I want to make sure he had a good time tonight. My brother and I are very close.
Oh, that's sweet, Blanche.
Evening, ladies.
Well, Clayton, how...
Excuse me, Mrs. Zabornak.
Oh, my mother?
She's going to be fine. You can go... Excuse me, Mrs. Zabornak.
Yes.
I'm Dr. Stephen Deutsch. I just wanted to let you know that Mr. Zabornak's out of surgery and he's doing fine.
Oh, thank God.
He's in recovery now, and he should be out of intensive care within 48 hours. I understand he'll be spending his recovery period with you?
That's right, Doctor.
So, what does that mean?
Well, come on. If that test turns out to be positive, you're not going to want to be around me. You or Miles or anybody.
No, that is not true. And I'm sure Miles will feel the same way.
How am I going to tell him?
You don't have to tell him anything now. You're just going for a test.
It's not just...
Bella's. When I went to trade it in, they only offered me half the Blue Book price. I need the whole amount to put down on my new car, so that's why I tried to sell it to you. But I can't go through with it. I cannot sell you that car.
You can't sell it to anyone. Somebody stole it.
What? Somebody stole it? Very nice, Rose.
Wait a minute. Were your exact words, Sophia, you can come now? We have room now? And were you wearing that hat at the time?
Yes.
Hasta luego, Dorothy. I'm going bold.
Through her things?
Went through with things. Why didn't you just ask her?
Oh, hey, I don't stick my nose in where it doesn't belong. That must be them.
Hi, Mama, this is...
Calm down, Scarlett. There's no need to be so dramatic.
Please, she can't help it. Everyone around here acts like a ham. There's been more bad acting, bad dancing, and bad singing under this roof than a Suzanne Summers special.
Am I alone here?
Well, why don't we go out to the lanai?
Wait a minute. Didn't you forget something?
Oh, yes, of course. Goodbye, Mother.
What? Goodbye. You invited me to lunch.
Rain check, rain check.
Bye.
Dorothy, all that stuff I said about preparing for a burial, forget it.
Oh, Ma, you finally came to your senses.
Yes.
See, I ran off with a gas station attendant twice my age to get married in Mexico. When I was 17, I hitchhiked to New York, and for 2 months I was a rockette under an assumed name.
Tyler's Landing kind of pales in comparison.
I stand corrected. How did you...
He's on a roll, and the blue team is leading 300-0.
Oh, shut up, Nyland. You shut up.
Why don't you both shut up and answer this next question? For 100 points, complete this famous saying, better late than...
I won't go if you don't want me to, but I do want to go, so can I?
Would your mother let you go?
No.
Then go.
Thank you! Oh, you're the best! I'll see y'all later.
Isn't she something? I'm really proud of her. Now, if I could just manage to rope myself a doctor that easily.
Miles, it's me. Miles, this isn't easy. I've come to a decision. I can't keep the ring. We tell Dorothy we want to go to Hollywood?
Why don't we? As soon as she gets up. Hey, to Hollywood! To Hollywood!
Morning. I guess you ladies didn't recognize...
I'm going.
Want a cup of coffee?
Maybe I will have a cup of coffee.
Oh, good.
Rose, about last night, I should never have said anything.
Well, you only said what you were feeling.
Well, let me open my own Social Security check. Best friend. Yeah, right.
That little exercise certainly did not enhance things around here.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. After Ma blabbed the truth, you turned the silent treatment into an art form. Works best when we're just plain divorced.
I don't want to spend 2 years without speaking to you.
No, we shouldn't, Stan. We share children. We share grandchildren. And I like slamming the door in your face.
This is great. We should celebrate. Let's pop open a soda and make a toast.
Believe me.
If it's nothing, let me see it.
You know something? I am really very hungry. What do you say we go out and get that pizza now?
It's 9:15. I don't want a pizza. I want to see that thing.
I'm sorry, Blanche, you can't.
Why?
Because.
Why?
Because.
Why?
Because it's none of your business.
None of mine.
Oh, Rose, honey, please come out. We've already told you how sorry we are. I mean, we never expected this to go so far.
But that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was making me believe that somebody felt those special things about me. Somebody wanted to hear what...
This, we learned, that's, what's not funny. And because, seriously, if they can't get a laugh with it, you have to go back to the drawing board. And these women were such pros. They were talking about their table reads. They were miraculous. When these women had those scripts in their hands and would read...
Oh, Rose, Miles called earlier.
Oh, he must have gotten the ring. I sent it back.
Honey, what happened? You were so happy about him yesterday.
But that was before I talked to Charlie.
What are you talking about?
Well, I heard Charlie's voice coming out of Sophia.
And a bitter divorce.
and possibly given birth to reasonably attractive children.
It does seem like the right thing to do. I'm comfortable with Buddy. I mean, everything seems so natural. It's easier
letting go when Grammy died. The family had to sell Grandview, and it got turned into an old bed and breakfast, but at least I could visit.
And have breakfast.
Thank you, Sophia.
Pancakes by the looks of it.
Thank you, Sophia.
Honey, you know, we'd go with you if it would help, but did I say there was a problem?
Well, you said you wanted to talk about it.
Well, I mean, can't one have a discussion without there being a problem?
Well, I thought maybe you were feeling guilty.
Guilty? I have nothing to feel guilty about. I am having the time of my life. I just wanted to, you know, say it out loud. But listen, honey, don't mention it.
Rose, you okay? I'm fine. Never better. In fact, I'm so fine that I've decided not to even get my results.
Oh, now, Rose.
Oh, look at all this stuff for the celebrity auction. Linda Evans compact.
But listen, if that's the way you feel, maybe you should tell Simon so that he'll know where he stands.
For the last 2 weeks, he's been standing with his legs crossed.
I will. I'll tell him tonight.
I can't believe it. Blanche has gone with...
I feel bad for Blanche. She's done nothing but mope around this house since she and Jake broke up.
No, don't expect me to feel sorry for her. I mean, it's not very often that somebody as special as Jake comes along and she throws him away.
What's everybody doing up?
Well, we were just talking about how dumb you were to give up Jake.
Still
Of us! We're the ones who wrote those letters, Rose, and we meant every word. You know what? I think tomorrow after class I will talk to Professor Cooper.
Good girl.
Whatever happened to your teacher, Mrs. Lenhoff?
Oh, gosh. Last I heard, she retired from teaching, opened a bed and breakfast someplace in Rhode Island.
Is it safe?
Come in. Ma's at the drugstore. Come in, but make it quick.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, let's go. I really feel so terrible about running out on Ma like that.
I don't.
Hey, give it a...
Birthday parade. You probably don't know this, but my hometown was founded by Heinrich von Anderdrenen. The first man to ever can tuna in its own natural juices. Anyway, it was the 50th anniversary celebration of the founding of our town.
Hey, why don't you come to the studio and we can start right after?
Perfect. Just perfect. Dorothy, to us.
More goofy pictures! He's real Southern. Real Southerners are compassionate people. They're wise and gentle, and they sit around on porch swings regaling with stories of Abraham and Moses and all the other people who worked on the plantation.
Sausage and peppers, pasta pesto, and seating with oil and garlic.
Ooh, what's this?
Garbage, roast cooked it.
This kitchen smells terrific. My chipped beef must be done. Oh, Sophia, would you like a little scoop on some lightly toasted white bread?
What do I look like, Beetle Bailey?
Not so fast, Eduardo. What are you going to do with me?
You have good bones. Yes, this is a strong, noble face full of wisdom and sincerity. You could be a Greek goddess.
Oh, go on, Eduardo.
Run, get us the number. Go on.
Why, hello there, Blanche.
Well, Dorothy, Russ, hi, what are y'all doing here?
Russell and I just entered the dance marathon.
Really? So did I.
Yes. It's for charity. Please, just do it.
Please, please, pretty please.
Oh, all right, all right. Don't beg. You sound just like your Uncle Carmine after he'd been away on a goat drive.
So you're not going to tell us what happened?
Nope. Well, Sophia, that's your choice, but I think you're making a mistake.
He spoke it because there was nothing special about him. He wasn't talented, he wasn't smart, he wasn't rich, he wasn't handsome, he wasn't good at anything.
If he also wore a bad toupee, she could be describing my Stanley.
Anyway, it made Tunder's wife miserable that her husband was best known for being...
How long do you think you can stay handcuffed?
My personal best is 32 hours. Of course, then I had somebody to play with.
Angel of mercy.
Well, I didn't know he was going to pick that precise hour to die. How could I know that?
Well, he was in a coma.
Oh, he'd been in a coma for days. The fact is, I happen to be very good with sick people. I was once a candy stripper.
Anyway, we had to till the soil, so I volunteered to pull the plow and I hurt my back.
How long have you been taking these pills?
I guess around 30 years.
30 years? Rose, I doubt that your doctor wanted you to take those things for...
I just wonder what she wants, the conniving little witch. You're welcome, Maurice. Let's make a toast. With water?
Well, I can't drink.
You never could. Run Jack Daniels and you'd disappear with half a fraternity house.
Me, I haven't felt in 35 years. We used to hug and kiss and hold hands. And it was nice. He made me feel attractive and desirable again. He probably made the rest of you feel that way too. And looking out at this kennel club, that was no small accomplishment.
Becky, it's a pleasure meeting you. I'm Dorothy. This is Rose.
Hi.
And this is my mother, Sophia.
It's nice to meet y'all.
So, Becky, what brings you to Miami?
My guess is a small barge.
Ma, why don't you see what's keeping Blanche?
I've done this a whole life's long. Let's call an end to it, okay?
Sure, whatever.
So, you thinking about getting a facelift?
For your, how do I put this delicately? Turkey waddle or what? It was a relationship I had in high school with a young man named Benjamin. Now you have to understand that in those days in the South, a lot of things were still taboo. Certain people were not to mix. So Benjamin and I had to meet in secret. Oh, we knew if any of the bigots in town found out about us that...
House while I pick up Angela.
Whatever you say.
Ma, get away from the back door.
You got eyes in the back of your head or what?
No, why can't you just relax and enjoy your surprise?
Because the last surprise I got was when I walked in on your cousin Vito parading around on my girdle.
संग पिल्लू के मुझे सकी संग पिल्लू के मुझे सकी संग पिल्लू के मुझे सकी
संग पिल्लू ग तुझ्यासाठी माझ्या बच्चा तुझ्यासाठी सांग बच्चा तुझ्यासाठी काय करू आता खरंच ग जीव तुला बघून लागतोय जीव तुला बघून लागतोय सांग पिल्लू ग तुझ्यासाठी काय करू सांग पिल्लू ग तुझ्यासाठी काय करू सांग पिल्लू ग तुझ्यासाठी काय करू अगं देना ग नंबर लवकरी कपलेशा झाली सुरू लवकरी भास्करा झाली सुरू सांग पिल्लू ग तुझ्यासाठी काय करू सांग पिल्लू ग तुझ्यासाठी काय करू सांग पिल्लू ग तुझ्यासाठी काय करू
you.